Hi, I'm Keith with EcoBuilt, and here we are today going to show you how to install sill plates for a prefabricated panelized product from EcoBuilt on a slab on grade. So what we've done already is we've already gone around and ensured that all of our chalk lines and locations of our walls are going to be squared to make sure that the sill plate goes into the right location. With the sill gasket on the ground between our sill plate and the concrete, that's going to protect that sill plate. And what we're doing is we're going to fasten it in place on our chalk line using Tapcon screws or equivalent concrete screw to hold it in place. With our sill plate in place on our chalk line, we have put our screws into the concrete to hold it into place, ensuring not to put any fasteners in where there's going to be a door opening, because that sill plate will be getting removed for the install of your door. With a slab on grade, there's going to be a lot of plumbing and electrical items that come through the floor. This is a critical point before you pour your concrete slab to ensure they're in the right location. Any sort of drain, whether you want it to come through a wall or just inside of a wall, is critical for location. As you can see, this drain here is coming up just inside of where our exterior wall is going to be. And over here, there's a whole bunch of conduit and plumbing coming through the floor, as well as for in-floor heating. All these locations were measured precisely to ensure that they come up through the floor into a wall or just outside a wall, depending on the application of that plumbing. For the panelized wall system that we're going to be installing, you're going to need a piece of heavy equipment to lift them into place, whether that be a mobile crane or a telehandler or some sort of equivalent piece of equipment. When you're using such equipment, you want to make sure you're on firm level ground, set up in a way that you can reach every single point of your house with the lifting capability to put the panels in. Other things you must consider with this is the safety of it, including the level hard terrain. You also have to be aware of things like high power lines. In this instance, we have power lines nearby, so we've set up a crane in a way that we will not be getting close to that to cause it to arc. The sill gasket we are applying underneath our pressure treated plate is to ensure the protection of the pressure treat plate, as well as act as a bit of an air barrier between the exterior of the house to the interior of the house. Pre-drilling the hole with a concrete bit enables the screw to be fastened down to the concrete. He's going to drill down to the depth he wants, clear out the dust that's inside there. So to install the plates level and squared, there's several tools that you're going to need. You're going to want to have a tool pouch with a tape measure and a pencil. You're going to want to have squares. For this purposes, we also going to want to need a laser to make sure that our heights are all correct. The other tools that we need are going to be skill saws or circular saws. Drills, we need a concrete drill and an impact driver drill. We also need a long tape so we can pull diagonals from one corner to another to ensure that we are squared off to each other. Using the laser, he is measuring off the plate to get himself a baseline of which height we're going to go for when it comes to leveling the plate. What you're striving to do is achieve perfect with your sill plate. The better the sill plate is leveled, the easier the install of your panels is going to be. When leveling the plate, if you find a spot that is either too high or too low and you need to shim up to meet that high spot, you're going to use cedar shims or steel shims or a plastic shim to bring that level up. And anywhere that the gap is formed underneath the plate to the slab, you're going to apply a self-leveling mortar. Ensuring the height of his plate, he is going to see how far he has to shim it up and then fasten it back down. In some applications, when you're building your house on bedrock, you're going to have to encase your conduit for your hydro hookup. In this instance, we have a form set to put the conduit into, and then concrete goes on top of it to protect the conduit.